hottest station is now live for your enjoyment. With host, I Am Branded.
Calling in from, what's your name, bro?
What up, y'all? This is Joonie. What's going on?
Hey, we got the man up here.
Come through. Happy New Year.
Man of the hour. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
It's 11, baby. Happy New Year.
11. 11.
That shit don't even sound right. 11.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, hold up. That's my new language for 2011. So let it be what it is, baby.
I'm following you on that one.
Hey, but Joonie, man, what's up, man? Welcome to VPD's List Exclusive, bro. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So check this out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd have heard about you, heard a couple songs, a couple tracks from you. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, my name is Joonie. I was born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, raised in Seattle. I currently live in Los Angeles, and I'm a producer, singer, writer. Been doing this thing for a minute now. Got a record out, Acoustic Love. Ladies and gentlemen, grab that. It's definitely a relationship blueprint for the most part. I touch on a lot of different things with love, in yourself as well as in relationships. And so, it's just genuine music. So grab that.
Right. And, you know what I'm saying? What motivated you, to pursue a singing career, or producing and all that as far as your career choice?
Well, I just always had a love for music. I started playing the pianos when I was around like 9. Came up in the church, and that's like the grounds for, just creating and being creative when it comes to music. So, but as I got older, I just started listening to, artists like D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, a lot of old school cats, Nat King Cole, his swag, his, musicianship, has a big impact on my style, so, I just love to create.
Uh-huh.
Now,
So,
you are. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
D. Okay, so I wanted to say you already. I had a question for you. You already answered half of it, but I was going to ask you if you had to pick 5 artists out of R&B, out of the R&B world, what would be your top 5 that's influenced your music that you're putting out now, that's on your album now?
Again, I'd probably say D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Nat King Cole, obviously, and Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, just a lot of old school acts. My music is real soulful, but at the same time, it's a little bit edgy as well. So I kind of take from a lot of different people. I think, with time, even artists and musicians who haven't been ever heard of, I just love the sound of music, in all genres. And so I kind of take that and kind of infuse it all together with what I have.
Okay. So what, like you said, artists in all genres, because the state of music right now is, declining, You got some people that hold it down and some people that stay original, but you got some people that's just going with, to me, the vibe of the era right now. So, what artist do you feel like is just, every time they come out with an album, I feel it. It sounds like this person doesn't sound generic.
Well, nowadays it's really hard to find artists like that, It really is. But they're out there, It's just that we have to dig because it's not in the mainstream. It's not in the forefront. So it's harder for us to, actually get a hold of that material and those artists. And, I know it's kind of hard to really start even naming names, I like what Ryan Leslie. I mean, he's probably one of, I won't say the only, but one of the ones that I can think of that's kind of, he's kind of doing what he does. It's not, it's musical. You can, real musicianship. But still mainstreamish. I don't know. I mean, there's artists that you just got to kind of dig. And it's kind of sad.
Mhm. And with your new album, what is your message that you're bringing to the R&B world? Like, what's going to separate you from every other artist that's out now in the R&B world? From the Trey Songz, the Neos, the Ushers. What's separating you?
Well, first off, the sound. I don't think anybody's doing the sound that I'm doing right now. I've just been blessed, man, and a lot of artists who are out right now aren't producing, aren't writing, aren't musicians, aren't creating the music themselves, so it's kind of like, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can have a big effect, on just the whole creative vibe with the album and the consistency of the album sometimes. I think that's one of the things that I kind of pride myself on, is the fact that I can sit down and pick up a guitar and just start writing, or make a track, and just get on it and put down whatever I'm feeling. And I think the vibe of the album, is definitely something that's going to separate me from the rest. So.
And you're very creative. I think so far, just by talking to you, I want to hear your album because so far I heard that you play the piano, you play the guitar. I mean, you write your own music. So when it comes to writing, like, what's your process for writing?
It depends on the type of song it is. For a song like So Fly, I just, make a track or whatever and just kind of get in the booth and kind of freestyle it or see what comes up, kind of like take all the whack stuff I put out and put the better lyrics in to fit it. But then there's other songs like, I got songs like Sunshine or Love You More. And these are songs where I can just pick up a guitar and you just kind of gotta just vibe with it. And, it's a different process depending on the type of song it is,
So can I add real quick? Can I add that for just to kind of break down a lot about just your background and where you came from as far as what motivated you on a music level is real dope to me because you went backwards. You went to the Nat King Coles, to the Marvin Gayes, to some of those real soulful singers and stuff like that. And and to me, I always feel like it's never nothing wrong with going backwards to remember exactly how important that R&B and soul means to the music community and stuff like that. Because I always used to say I cannot for the life of me, and rest in peace Luther Vandross, but I could never see him rocking a song called what's the song called about I invented sex, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, because to me it wouldn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? So big ups for you for even keeping that honest music out there. And like you said, I know you throwing the making it a little edgy for today's music and stuff like that. But for you to remember exactly where you came from with the soulfulness, man, that's props all together.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Just coming up in the game, I was signed to Elektra Entertainment, signed my only major label deal through Warren G, actually. We kind of did a joint venture with Elektra Entertainment. And, you kind of deal with the whole thing of, being creative and doing what you do. And I was real young and still developing my style. But, you deal with the whole thing of being creative, doing what you do, and get to the point where it's like, okay, now we got to get this single. And it's like, okay, well, look at all these songs we got right here. Like, can we pick something out of it? And it's like, you find yourself, I found myself, trying to do things to, that wasn't really me or that wasn't really feeling and stuff that, just to appease the label and the mainstream, ear, I guess. And you kind of get lost in that whole shuffle. And, I found myself after that went south, just stepping away from music for a second, taking a hiatus and just really just reevaluating, just music, what I'm saying, and myself and just refining my love for music, And now, that's kind of how Acoustic Love was birthed, So, I mean, that's that, a lot of artists deal with that on a daily basis, And I just feel like, as long as you keep your legs moving and do what you love, it's all going to work out. So here I am.
So what artists have you worked with that you enjoy working with, and what artists would you like to work with that you would think, hey, if me and this person got together, we would definitely have a hit on our hands?
Well, I enjoy working with Angie Stone. You know, she's a lot of fun. You know, we did some work in L.A. and in New York, actually. And she's just a lot of fun and real creative. Touring with Elliot Yamin, American Idol Elliot Yamin, playing keys for him. Like, he's very talented, Jewish dude, making great music. But I love to do a song with John Mayer, you know.
Hey, I love John Mayer. John Mayer's the truth.
Yeah, I love to do a song with that dude. And even Janelle Monáe, you know, she's fresh on the scene right now, you know. But yeah, man, anybody who's creating and making good music, you know, I'm always down to create, and you know, I mean, I guess that's what and the love for it just falls in.
And you know what? Shout out to you for saying an artist out the norm. You know what I mean? Like, some people like, oh, you know, I probably love to work with Usher and, you know, Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? And nobody that's probably listening to the show was like, man, Joonie should work with John Mayer. Nobody probably was thinking that. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Hey, shout out to you for that. You know what I'm saying? And Blue, I know you was about to say something, so you can go ahead and say what you was about to say.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I think it's interesting to hear artists say their type of process within the studio. So I was wondering, how do you go about studio? Like, if you're making a collab, do you feel comfortable just to let go and just vibe with that other artist, or do you feel, you know, you have to be alone? What's your process in the studio?
Well, when working on Joonie records, you know, I prefer to just be in the lab by myself and create. You know, I like to kind of finish it before I let other ears hear it, or kind of get it going at least, because I know the direction that I want, you know, that I want. But, you know, it just depends on the situation, and it depends on the artist and the whole vibe, you know, because, you know, sometimes when you step out of your comfort zone and just let it go, you know, you can come up with something, you know, even greater than what it would be, you know, if you were just by yourself. So it depends on the artist that I'm working with. But I prefer to just, you know, make it happen myself.
Okay, so, I mean, we got two of your songs right now that we're going to debut tonight, first time, New Year, 2011, first new Joonie tracks on VPD, Wednesday exclusive, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, we got the track Fresh. That's the first track that we got. Can you tell people about that?
Okay, well, Fresh is probably the most mainstreamest, I guess, type of song that's on my album. I actually created that song for someone else. I was just, you know, making some music just to try to shop. But after everybody was hearing it, they were like, yo, you need to use that joint. So I just put it on the record. It's a good song. Fresh.
All right. So we got So Fly, you know what I'm saying? What was the motivation behind So Fly?
So Fly was actually, it was more vibe than anything else, you know, just real easy, you know, just made a track, you know, hip-hop oriented, melody-driven type of track, you know, real simple. And it was real dreamy, you know, and so I just wanted to just kind of float on it. A lot of it's freestyle, you know, but yeah, real simple, real fresh.
Okay, so we're going to debut these tracks right now. You know what I'm saying? And I will ask you, you know what I'm saying, can you lead us into the song? You know,
which one we doing first?
We're gonna do So Fly, because I'm kind of interested. I want to hear that one.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my single, actually. It's called So Fly, one of the dopest songs out right now.
That was brand new tracks from Joonie called So Fly and Fresh. You know what I'm saying? This is VPD's Wednesday exclusive. I'm your host, VPD. I got my co-host with me, Kool-Aid Blue. You know what I'm saying? Got my homeboy, Brand, and got the artist of the hour, Mr. Joonie, with us. You know what I mean? If you want to call in, that number is 347-215-8653. Once again, that number is 347-215-8653. And I admit I was feeling both of them songs, like for real. Like that was different. That's definitely different than, you know what I'm saying, some of the stuff we used to. So, you know what I'm saying, I commend you for, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing.
I appreciate it. You know, them joints are, you know, more edgier, you know, type songs to get the record. So, you know, you get a lot of stripped down, good stuff. So, you know, it's a well-rounded record. So thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, man, no problem, boy, no problem. You know what I'm saying, I know you getting ready to get out of here, you know what I'm saying. Can you tell the people, like, your contact information, where they can contact you ever? You got a Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, you know, YouTube, you know, anything.
all the ladies want your phone number, dude. So, you know, you go ahead and say that.
I ain't gonna say all that.
You already gave me the first three. You already gave me the first three numbers. So.
They hear some of them songs, they'll be so damn doorsteps, you know what I mean? So fly to doorsteps. Calling your ass up.
Yeah, they definitely
Joonie, I want to be fresh, Joonie. I want to be fresh.
I'm on the team. Well, you can you know, find out what's going on with me at www.jooniezone.com. That's JOONIEZONE.com. And you can follow me on Twitter. What is it? Twitter.com/JoonieZone. Facebook.com/JoonieZone. Made it real easy for you. So, you know, hit me up, reach out, I'll reach back.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, can I also say real quick that, yeah, definitely props on the track. And you know, I've been like, you know, your peoples. I want to shout out your peoples, you know, behind the scenes too, because your team goes super strong. So I definitely want to send a props to them, you know, for their hard work, because I know they hard working behind the scenes for your movement and stuff like that. So props to them. And also, you know, with the whole Joonie Zone on the Twitter joint. You know, all my followers and stuff like that, please follow this guy. I mean, you know, like I said, as far as the music, you know, a lot of people always, you know, will have a certain opinion about certain songs and certain this and certain that. But, you know what I'm saying, to me, like, you know, I love the music. Don't get me wrong, for sure. That's definite, you know what I'm saying. But I like this dude's attitude a little bit more, you know what I mean? And when I say that, and I'm saying, like, you know, you got to have that well-rounded package. You got to have that good voice, that, you know, that strong vibe, and just a respectable, humble dude with your craft. You know what I mean? People tend to forget that this is an art form, people. This ain't just something that he picked up off the street one day and decided he wanted to do it. This is something he's been working to as far as on his perfection for a minute. So people need to give more props to that versus, you know what I'm saying, certain other things about the music business itself. You know what I mean? So, you know, props off that, though.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. Definitely got to stay humble, man. Definitely.
Well, you know, we live in that world where it's dry. You don't get that too often. So, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm keeping it real. In 2011, you don't get that a lot. So, you know, it's always a breath of fresh air to be able to, you know, have a dude like yourself and your team that's real straightforward and humble and proactive. You know what I mean? So, props to you and your team for sure.
Definitely. Shout out to Hit Club Entertainment, all them for holding it down for me.
So check this out, June. You know, before we let you go, you know what I'm saying, we got a topic tonight. And the topic of the show is pretty much, would you pretty much have a problem spending abundance of money, say for like your mate? Like, say, you know, you just met a girl, you know, y'all been kicking it for about a month, and, you know, she's like, you know, I really would like some, you know, diamond earrings. You know what I mean? Would you have a problem getting that for her?
Well, here's the thing.
Bro, look, let me go ahead and stop you right now, bro. Look, you can say exactly what you feel like saying to that question. I'm not going to get offended.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I think any artist would probably say, you know, yeah, of course, you know, like, yeah, I'll give you whatever you need. But I think the reality is it's probably not the best thing to do, in the beginning stages of a relationship. In my opinion, I think that when you do things like that, you kind of cloud, any potential of greatness with that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you're throwing out this money, throwing out all these different things. It's kind of like, okay, is she in love, or is she falling in love with the money and the things, or is she falling in love with me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's really that healthy. Can I say this?
Can I say this real quick? And when me and DZ was talking about this show, we was talking about this was the other day or something like that or whatever, and we were saying like, if y'all check the reality show, I don't know, TLC member Chili, she has a reality show. She's looking for love, I guess, or whatever. But the person that she was, is a good friend of hers, and I don't know if the good friends is good friends. You know what I mean? But Floyd Mayweather, he just broke out $14,000 for a pair of earrings for a friend. You know what I mean? For a friend. Hold on, let me say it again. For a friend. Wait, let me say it one more time. For a friend. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, like, I don't care if I'm a millionaire and 14,000 is chump change. Like, would I really do that for a girl I'm trying to court, date? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all my opinion later, but to me, I don't know. That's just
I like you said, man, millionaire or not, man, that's just a lot of money to be, putting out for just a friend, especially in that short amount of time, So.
Can we say it one more time? A friend? Can we say that again?
A friend.
A friend. Really, a friend. A friend. Wow,
man.
Sorry, I'm on some different. I'm on a different hype in 2011, baby. I was floored by that. I was like, wow, like really?
Yeah.
Hey, what? Hey, Joonie, you know what I'm saying? On behalf of VPD's Wednesday Exclusive, I want to thank you for coming through, bro. You know what I'm saying, and giving us the opportunity. You know what I'm saying, to play your tracks on our show. You know what I mean, on this network.
No problem.
You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
Thank you for taking our time for this show.
Hey, DZ, if you don't mind, can we grab that caller from the A63? I'm not sure if this is a person that actually wanted to holler at Joonie, but can we take that call real quick before we let go?
Yeah. Caller from the A63. You mic'd up. This is VPD's Wednesday Exclusive. What up?
Hey, what's up, DZ?
Hey, what's good with
you? Yeah, this dehydrated. What's good?
Oh, what's up? Dehydrated, what's going on?
Nah, I wanted to comment, on the artist, let them know that the song, was it So Fly? I think that's what it was. That's a straight song. I like that song. Kind of remind me of Ryan Leslie, but I like, it's a good artist. Sounds good to me.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love.
That's what's up, man. But, like I said, Joonie, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate you for coming through, you know what I mean. Thank you for, letting us have the opportunity to play your music on our network and on our show. And it definitely get played again, you know what I'm saying.
Can I also say, bro, hey, I appreciate your hustle, bro. Keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? And I want to see big things from you in 2011, baby. Let's make sure you get that recognition for grinding, man, and working your butt off, boy. Let's do it.
Definitely.
Let's do it.
Thanks again, y'all.
I'll be in touch for sure. You know what I mean? Like I said, me and your peoples is super duper tight. So I'll definitely be hollering at you on future things. You know what I mean? So just stay on your grind, bro. Appreciate it.
Definitely. All right, for sure.
All right, bro. You have a good night, man.
All right, y'all too.
All right, bro. That was Mr. Joonie, you know what I'm saying, coming through, with an ill interview and, you know what I'm saying, hooking us up with, little things to come. You know what I mean?
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.
Nexxlegacy Radio.